somebody who brings everything to the table. You know, who brings the heart, who brings their vision, and particularly who bring their brain to the table, so that they're aware of what they're doing and they're making conscious choices. I don't have a lot of patience for people who feel like they're downloading from the cosmos. You know, just like, that's how it came out. You know, okay, great. Now let's make it better. But, you know, just writing from a place of understanding rather than from a place of fear, where you're just grateful for any idea that comes along and you don't want to change it because you don't know how. You know, it's not about the ideas, it's about how you support the ideas.
Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artist, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I'm not me. I am Art, and I am your host for I Am Smart. The people compete for the right to say, I am smart. By engaging with this quiz, you're accepting that you don't know everything, okay? And that's fine. Nobody does. For instance, why are so many professional cleaners Eastern European? I don't know. If you're anything like me, you don't know everything because you spend less time thinking and more time feeling. For instance, I feel like the cleaning thing is based upon national pride, okay? If you're Polish, you want to be good at polishing, just like English people are good at speaking English and French people kiss with tongues. Maybe not, but it's what I feel, so I can't be wrong, okay? The format of this quiz, very simple, very straightforward. 5 rounds, 5 questions, 5 musings, creative musings. You got a chance of 30 points overall in this quiz. All you're going to need for this quiz is something to write with, something to write on, a brain for thinking, and an imaginosphere for imagining. They will all be tested. Optional is a beverage for toasting. We always like to start with a little toast. Oh, we've got this going on. What the heck is that? Twitch and some kind of party thing? I don't know. I like it. I like it. I'm not going to lie to you about that. And then these are pinatas and some kind of combat turtle. A toast brings the group together before our mental exertions. Okay, I hope you've all got your beverages ready. As this is the last quiz before a hiatus, before an interlude, before I had a word that I'm going to be using for this specific break, mini break of sorts. I thought I'd celebrate, so I'm on the beers tonight, guys. I'm not a big drinker, but I'm drinking a lovely Rainier beer. There are other beers out there. This isn't advertising. They haven't paid me. I wish they had, but they haven't paid me. But I hope that you all have your beverages ready so you can join me in this toast. To me, to you, and to the caribou. You're sticking your neck out there, guys. You're saying, yep, I understand your instinct is to call us reindeer. Technically, we are reindeer, but we're North American, we're being a bit awkward, and we'd really rather be called caribou. I'm with you. You know, I still haven't got to the point where my parents will call me Notme. One day, caribou. One day. Cheers! Oh, I got a double dip for that first one, but when it's carbonated, it's a little bit tricky. There's some whiskey of some kind. I'm going to apologise in advance for any potential gaseous emissions that erupt from me as a result of the Rainier. It is a well-carbonated beer, and it's got to go somewhere. Hello, Smarties. Who have we got here? Well, we started off the episode before we'd even got to this when we were on the countdown, the wonderful countdown, involving some kind of weird chill song that involved somebody speaking, which I'm not sure I was 100% on board with, but sure, absolutely. Whatever Pretzel wants to throw out, I'm more than happy to get. But we saw Killer Kilch following me, as if Killer Kilch hadn't been following me all along. It's a bizarre situation to start with. It felt like we were back in March of 2020. But thank you very much, Killer Kilch, for following. Your girl Sarah Kilch, hello, how you doing? Definitely not due to hello, Smarties. Ready to learn? Yes! Definitely not due to ready to learn. Ready to defend her high point score from last week. Fingers crossed. See how you do it. Killer Kilch, what's up, Smarties? Your girl Sarah Kilch, Smarties, hello to you. Nana Hobob, having the drinks. TB Douglas, cheers. Bam Bam Roll, cheers. Gosh! Everybody's here. The whole gang. I'm excited. I hope you enjoyed learning about the reasons for piracy in that countdown. I thought we'd be learning about pirates a lot, and it might be nice to give it a little bit of context. Yar! I'll download some torrents because these programs aren't available on any of my local streaming services. Yar! My thanks as ever to Wikipedia for providing the information. Let's quiz. Straight off, it's yay or nay, and I didn't even bother hiding it. Because it's the name of the episode. You all know what's going on. I'm just gonna get a little bit comfortable there. Just pop that down a little bit there. Maybe a little too low there. How about that? Yeah, that's better. We're learning about pirates. Here we go. In order to be a great artiste, you must be able to discern lies from truth. I'm going to give you 5 statements, but do you believe them? If you do, you write yay. If you don't, you write nay. It couldn't be any simpler. As ever, this round's subject is chosen by the high scorer of last week's quiz. As we have already covered, that was definitely not Duda. Definitely not Duda chose pirates, people after kind of the punk rockers of the high seas. So it's no surprise that definitely not Duda felt drawn to them. They are those who conduct acts of piracy. Piracy, of course, being an act of robbery or criminal violence by ship or boat-borne attackers upon another ship or coastal area, typically with the goal of stealing cargo and other valuable items or properties. Pirates have inspired art by the buttload. So this is an absolute pleasure to write this round. Thank you very much, definitely, for giving me this topic. Should we do this? Yeah, let's do this. What was it? Subject? Yeah, there we go. Statement number 1 here, guys. We're kicking it off. Statement number 1. Fictional pirates speak the way they do because of Robert Newton's portrayal of Long John Silver. That's a very bold statement to be starting off this week with. That's a very, very bold statement. But is it true? Nana Hobob, the art of sport notwithstanding. You're going to have to give me a little bit more context on that one. I can't quite remember what I would have said that would have elicited such a comment, but I'm very glad that you're engaging. Killer Kilch, technology so weird, I'm on Y laptop. Seems like you're having a couple of cheeky beers yourself, and I'm not going to stop you. Statement number 2. Donkey Kong Country 2, referring to the far-reaching influence of pirates on art. Well, there on the Wikipedia page, there are several sport teams that are called pirates. There was some Buccaneers, I believe, somewhere. Was it Pittsburgh Pirates in some sport or another? You know, everybody loves a pirate. booze. Donkey Kong Country 2 is pirate themed. This is a video game back on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Donkey Kong Country 2 is pirate themed and follows Donkey Kong getting revenge on Captain K. Rool. It's a pun. Cruel. Huh? Super Redundo, hello to you. DKC2 is one of the better rated monkey-based video games of all time. Fun fact. Thank you for that fun fact, Super Redundo. And if anybody has any other fun facts that they wish to share with the group related to the questions, ideally, but if not, you know, I'm not going to say no to it. But that's wonderful. That's wonderful, Super Redundo. One of the better. Oh, the Streamlabs thing. I should maybe turn that off. I mean, it's you know, it's good to remind people. Statement number 3. 1995's feminist pirate movie Cutthroat Island, when adjusted for inflation, lost $176 million, more than any other film in history. Is that true or is that false? Do you believe that yay or do you not believe that nay? Let's see if we can amend this. Let's just turn that off. At that time or ever. That's a great ever. But obviously adjusted for inflation. So films that have come since may have lost more, but maybe with inflation. So it didn't lose $176 million of 1995 money. Let's say that. But when adjusted as 176, which is more than anything ever. Killer Kilch blames Modine. That's a bold statement. Matthew Modine. It is actually interesting if you want to go onto the Wikipedia page for the film afterwards, after we've been through this, then it has a list of the actors that turned down the role, which I thought was quite interesting. A little bit unfair to Modine. Can't blame Gina. Gina Davis, of course, the wife at the time of the director. So maybe you can blame Gina a little bit. Little bit of, I don't know, it's not called nepotism, is it, when it's within a relationship? But whatever it is, she was getting preferential treatment because she was hugging and kissing the director. We've all been there. Statement number 4. Captain Hook, from off of Peter Pan, was written as an English version of Captain Ahab from Moby Dick. Is that true or is that false? Do you believe that yay or do you not believe that nay? Captain Hook from Peter Pan was written as an English version of Captain Ahab from Moby Dick. It's a 50-50 choice. Even if you've never seen Peter Pan, you don't know who Captain Hook is, and Captain Ahab might as well be Captain Hook because you don't know who that is either. Take a guess. It's fine. And then the final statement of round 1, Captain Morgan Rum is named for a real pirate. Captain Morgan? A real dude? Yay or nay? Yay or nay? Right? Yay or nay? And that's the last statement of the round. Is that the round done, though? Absolutely not. As I mentioned earlier, we have 5 musings, 1 for each round. These are more creative prompts that will cause you to use your imaginosphere to answer. And this is a humdinger, let me tell you. If you were a pirate captain, what would you call yourself? How would you style yourself? And what would your ship be called? It's a big one, guys. It's a big one. And I will not apologize for that. Okay? If you were a pirate captain, what would you call yourself? And that can be a nickname, of course. Your Long John Silvers, your Blackbeards, your Matthew Modines. No, that's 2 names, isn't it? How would you style yourself? Just some kind of general, if there was an item of clothing that you were keen to get involved with, then that bring that in. Maybe some kind of just general kind of style outlines here. You don't need to go too specific if you don't want to, but if you want to, go nuts. What would your ship be called? That's going to be an interesting one. What would your ship be called? Very intrigued to hear what you come up with that one. Very intrigued indeed. And that's the end of the round. That's the end of the round. We're done. First round in the books. You're sorted. Well done. There's only one place to go from here to round 2. Excuse me. Excuse me. Wasn't expecting that. Song lyrics. I always forget something, don't I? Song lyrics. It's not song lyrics. Let's just turn that off. Let's just turn that off. It's not song lyrics. It is, as the pre-roll thing said, Haikus Day. It is Haikus Day, which is my opportunity to write some haikus. I like writing haikus because I'm pretty good at them. They don't have to rhyme, and they're pretty easy. Just knock them out in a few minutes. So I'm going to give you 5 haikus. Killer Kilch, I don't get haikus. You're going to do fine at this, Killer. You're going to do fine at this. I've got no doubt. So I'm going to be giving you... Wait, did I do the topic? No, 1990s didn't do that either. Never mind. It's the last round. It's the last week before break. I'm going to give you 5 haikus about 5 sitcoms, situational comedy TV shows. How did I judge what's a sitcom and what's not? Well, I just binged it, and whatever Bing came up with as some of the best sitcoms, I just went with that. Yeah, I wanted to be a representative of obviously I am an Englishman. Super Redundo. Oh my gosh, you'll do fine, Killer. You must believe in yourself. You've got this, dude. Absolutely. That is high 5 coup. Gosh darn it, Super Redundo. Bringing that positivity like radiation. I'm loving it. I'm feeling it. Just feel it in my heart and in my gut and in my imaginosphere. If I could give you extra points, I would, but that would delegitimize the quiz, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So there's going to be some English sitcoms, some American sitcoms. Each one's going to represent one sitcom. You're going to get this. You're going to get this. Nana Hobbob's bringing some... Are they cats? Cats with hearts. Are they going to show up on the screen? I don't know. We'll see. Seem to be a little bit delayed with the sad face from Killer. We'll see. Haiku number 1. A motel? Really? Rich people have it so tough. Thank God it's their town. What sitcom is that referring to? A motel? Really? Rich people have it so tough. Thank God it's their town. Killer Kilch, okay, I see what you're doing there. See, it's just the reality of it. Very intuitive. It's the mark of a great quiz and a great quiz master. There's the cats. Gosh, it does take a long time to deliver them, doesn't it? What were they done with? Snail mail? Or cat mail? Hashtag genius. Cheers. Cheers. Your words. Your words. I wouldn't go so far as to say that, but only because in the past when I have said that, people have reacted negatively to it. Haiku number 2. Bam Bam Roll, I know this one. I feel so smart. Well, let's see how you do with this one, Bam Bam Roll. Living in London, but it's filmed by Edgar Wright, so there's more zombies. Living in London, but it's filmed by Edgar Wright, so there's more zombies. Situational comedy. I think it's pretty clear that this is an English one. This is a UK sitcom. God, I still am absolutely in love with how the light dances off this jacket. God, so good. It's your last show with a while. Take that feeling with you. Thanks. I'm going to pop it in my pocket. That's lovely. Haiku number 3. A Lonely Island. He's goofy, but also great. Not all cops are bad. A Lonely Island. He's goofy, but also great. Not all cops are bad. Yeah, I was second guessing the syllabic consistency there. It was falling in with haiku rules, but absolutely. It's nice doing this drinking, I'll be honest. Starting to wonder, these people who drink a lot, maybe they're onto something. Maybe they're onto something. Haiku number 4. Sex consequences. But where should we raise the kid? UK or US? This could be a tricky one. It's very successful. I don't feel bad for picking it, but could be a bit trickier than some of them. Sex consequences. But where should we raise the kid? UK or US? And then the final haiku of this round. Final haiku. What sitcom is this referring to? Laughs from humdrum life. Both are good, but one's longer and one more awkward. Laughs from humdrum life. Both are good, but one's longer and one more awkward. It's tricky, huh? It's tricky. Again, all of these very, very successful sitcoms. Very successful sitcoms. So you can't have a go at me for that. And there we go. We need a musing, of course. We need a sitcom-based musing. So we're going to go for... Which performer would you love to see star in their very own sitcom? Could be an actor, could be a singer. You know, they'll throw a sitcom at anybody these days if they think you've got the chops for it. Pick anybody. I mean, ideally it'd be someone who doesn't already star in their very own sitcom. That would be slightly unimaginative, and obviously the purpose of these is to really get in there with the imagination, with the imaginosphere, get it, light the little fuse on it. The imaginosphere was a firework in that visual metaphor. You girl, Sarah Kilch, 2 and 4 again there, please. Absolutely, Sarah Kilch. Which performer would you love to see star in their very own sitcom? That's you musing. I'm going to go through all 5 of them. Number 1, a motel? Really? Rich people have it so tough. Thank God it's their town. Haiku 2, living in London, but it's filmed by Edgar Wright, so there's more zombies. This could be quite tricky as well. Again, it's the UK one, which are generally less well known here in the United States of America. Number 3, A Lonely Island. He's goofy, but also great. Not all cops are bad. Get a bit political, perhaps. Haiku number 4, Sex consequences. But where should we raise the kid? UK or US? So there's something transatlantic going on here, one would assume. And then number 5, Laughs from humdrum life. Both are good, but one's longer and one more awkward. There we go. Good luck, guys. Just listen to your heart. Yeah? When it's calling to you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why, but listen to your heart before you give up on that last round. Round 3? Sure. As an artiste, guys, you need to keep your eyes open. yeah? There is inspiration flying at you at all times. Let me ask you, how are you going to feel? How are you going to feel if a spellbinding idea just passed you by and you didn't even realise because you were too busy daydreaming about what Tom Hardy's family sound like in order to bless him with the range of unique accents he uses in films? Really annoyed. That's how. So I'm about to show you some incredible art, one of my own pieces, and when I do, look close, yeah? There's going to be questions on it afterwards. I'm moving into a hiatus. Again, I need to work out what I was going to call the hiatus. It had a specific name for it. But I thought it would be appropriate to show this video that I made just prior to going on a previous hiatus. Okay? It's about 5 minutes long. Give it a watch. There's questions on it afterwards. Good luck. You can hear the beard there, can't you? The microphone is right close to it.
Only the bravest can admit when they were wrong. And they don't do it to be brave, they simply do it because it's the right thing to do. No fanfare, no song and dance, they will simply let you know, in a quiet and humble fashion, that they made a mistake. That's how you know it's for real. And so, to that end, I thought that I needed to give away my dog in order to gain something that I wanted. But the more I thought about giving it away, the worse I felt. I felt so badly, in fact, that I paid to get it a haircut.
I paid for it. I reached into my own pockets and I paid for that dog's haircut when it's very unlikely he will ever be able to repay me for doing so. That should tell you something. Let me tell you about this dog. I got the dog last year when I made a music video and needed some extra emotional engagement. I didn't hire a professional actor dog because the cost of adopting this dog was actually less than the cost of hiring a dog actor for even a single day. Can you believe that? I was forced to buy a dog by the canine actor industrial complex. In the time we've spent together, I've learned very little about this dog. It's both of our faults, I think. Neither of us wanted to make the first move. As a result, I don't know the dog's name, I don't know the dog's religion, I don't even know the dog's gender. Now, I assume the dog is a male because it has what appears to be a penis. However, I don't know what a dog's vagina would look like. Maybe it looks like a penis. So really, it's entirely up in the air still. And regardless of the dog's biology, I'm allowing the dog to pick its own gender identity. Okay? It's called being a good person. I assumed our story was a horror story, wherein I had to sacrifice the dog in order to gain something that I wanted. But I was just being affected by the season too much. Seasonal affective disorder is a real thing, guys. Thanks, Halloween. In reality, our story is the story of a hero, me, who has to move his life around and become a better person when a child is unexpectedly introduced, or in this case a dog, much in the same way as 3 men and a baby, Willow, or 3 men and a little lady. I realised that much as I've been able to keep this small dog alive for well over a year now, it's been largely by accident. It eats, but it eats only what I'm too full to finish. It walks, but only by accompanying me on my walks introspection around the city. Yes, it heads up to the roof to do its business occasionally, but again, only by accompanying me. A couple of times a day I like to pop up to the roof to have a silent meeting with the Space Needle, each of us inspiring the other, icon to icon. Point is, I have no idea
how to raise this small dog. And so, for that reason, I have decided to embark upon a hiatus so that I may better understand how to be a good father. How long will it last? Well, that's up to God. So at least a month, he says. And when I return, I will return with fresh new ideas, fresh new slang, and fresh new art, a large proportion of which will likely involve the dog, because when it comes to engagement on the internet, people go crazy for dogs. Not that that's why I'm doing it. Exclusively. I am not me. I am art. And I need some time to get to know my son. Or daughter. Sorry.
There we go. Wow. What an incredible video that is. And how blessed you are to get to see it. Let's get some questions. Killer Kilch. One word. Wow. I think that sums it up. Question number 1. What type of person can admit to being wrong? It's a quality that a person would need to have in order to admit to being wrong. This is a question that obviously I have in bucket loads. By the bucket load, I suppose, would be the more grammatically correct way of saying it. Bam Bam Roll, very moving. I aim to move, Bam Bam Roll. So I'm glad you've picked up on that. A lot of people end up crying after they see my stuff. Not to brag. Question number 2. 3 clips are shown of famous performing dogs. Name any 2 of the films or TV shows that the clips came from. I don't need the names of the dogs. I need the names of the films or the TV shows that clips were shown thereof. You get it. You understand. Question number 3. Who or what forced Notme to adopt a dog? Who or what forced Notme to adopt a dog? Quite interesting, I suppose, this watching that video after the fact, because obviously at that time, Jesus didn't even have a name. I hadn't even named the poor little bugger. That came as a result of a poll that I subsequently ran after that video. But yeah, he was just this thing that lived in my home. I was forced to adopt a dog because of who or what. Question number 4. What possible religion does Notme suggest for the dog? Again, we now know that the dog is Jesus, my cherished son. But at the time, it's just the dog. It's just a dog. Just a very hungry prop from a previous music video that I had created. Final question. 3 movie posters are shown at one point. What film is the middle one for? Visually, the middle film. 3 movie posters are shown. What was visually the middle movie poster? What film was that movie poster for? That's all I need. And then you get the point. And then we've got amusing. Of course we do. We've got amusing. What's amusing? So there was one section that I made up a slang term of "that's so bink." Didn't catch on, but, I gave it a shot. I want you to make up a slang term, and I want you to tell me what it means. So you could say, my slang term is that's so bink. Bink meaning particularly good. Oh my God, that is bink. That is absolutely bink. I want you to make up a slang term. I want you to tell me what it means. This guy's a bit jaffle. What's jaffle mean? He's got that crazy homeless energy that makes me uneasy when I walk past him on the street. But jaffle. Oh, jaffle. Nothing against homeless people, of course. Just some of them make me uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, we've got 10 viewers. Hey guys. Hello, all 10 of you. How are you doing? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all enjoying the quiz. We do this for enjoyment. We do this to better ourselves and to just have a little bit of fun while we're doing it. Yeah? Does school have to be boring? No. It can be a lot of fun. Be a lot more fun if all the teachers wore cool duds like these. And there's your round 3. Gosh, we're moving through this at a pace. It's exciting, isn't it? Round 4, coming right up. Game recognizes game, guys. Oh, she came for the last one before the hiatus. Hey, Lucy, how you doing? Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, wow, that sounds great. Yeah, I love hot dogs too. Oh, wonderful. Well, thanks so much, Lucy. I'm sure we'd all agree that we're very appreciative that Lucy has shown up again. Definitely not Duda. I will say, Lucy, probably the second biggest fan of yours from these quizzes. You're not bigger than me, but definitely not Duda. Flippin' loves you. Every week. Highlight of her week, I would say, is seeing a little bit of Lucy Lou. We really do appreciate you coming here, talking to us about hot dogs. I can speak from all of us, yeah, all 10 people watching, especially, definitely not Duda, but especially me. We're going to miss you. We're going to miss you in this interlude. Although not interlude, I looked up some synonyms, and it wasn't the one that I was thinking of before, but I think I might go with interregnum. So this is going to be an interregnum. I'm really going to miss you in the interregnum, Lucy. Thank you so much for blessing us week in and week out with your beauty, your grace, and your insight. Thanks so much. Bye. Oh, she's gone. There it is. She's gone. We'll see her after the interregnum, I imagine. Nana Hopper, very sophisticated sound. It does, doesn't it? That sounds like I'll be smoking a pipe quite frequently in the interregnum. Isn't language just fun? But we're not going to be answering questions on Lucy Lou this week, unfortunately. There can only be one for each artiste. So who are we going to be answering questions on this week? Again, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing home. I don't know. But I wanted to be a bit of a UK connection here. So I went with Mr. Graham Norton. Because whilst he is primarily known within the UK, the Graham Norton Show has become something of a cultural phenomenon, I do believe. I would argue it's a better talk show than any of the American ones. Just for the kind of the slightly louche, slightly boozy atmosphere that he creates with his guests on the couch. Everybody's having a great time. Everybody's just nice and chill, hanging out. It's kind of like this show, really. That's, to me, that's down to Graham. That's down to Graham. He's a great, great host. Killer Kilch, everybody loves Sir G. He's not a sir at the moment, but I would say he should be. He does a great, great job. So let's see how much you all know about Graham Norton. I tried to keep it relatively accessible, so let's see how well I did. He's a sir to me. I too. He's a sir around here. We knight you, Graham. Question 1. Question 1. Which UK channel produces The Graham Norton Show? Nice and simple to start off. Nice and simple. What UK channel produces The Graham Norton Show? That's the beer done. Luckily, I've got another one. Here we go. Cheers. Question number 2. On The Graham Norton Show, audience members are allowed to tell anecdotes from a movable chair of what colour? The Graham Norton Show audience members, again, it's not the guests, audience members are allowed to tell anecdotes from a movable chair of what colour? Wow, we've dropped down to 7 viewers now. A lot of people not a big fan of Graham Norton. That's a shame. I would say I'm going to stick with him anyway, but if they'd told me that ahead of time, I would have gone with someone else. In my heart of hearts, I know I would have gone with someone else. What colour is that chair? Question number 3. For which international singing competition does Graham Norton provide the English language commentary? For which international singing competition that was featured in a Netflix film recently does Graham Norton provide the English language commentary? I would argue it's the biggest international singing competition. That's an argument I would make. Question number 4. On which UK sitcom, back to the UK sitcoms, did Graham Norton have a notable 3-episode guest star run as Father Noel Furlong? I'll say that again. On which UK sitcom did Graham Norton have a notable 3-episode guest star run as Father Noel Furlong? Back up to 9 viewers. We've got them back. That's nice. Hello to all of you. I hope you're having a great, great time in life, and more specifically, this quiz. Question number 5. The clue I'll give you here is that this sitcom was not one of the sitcoms that was featured round 2. Let's say that. Question number 5. For which recent Pixar film did Graham Norton voice the character of Moonwind? Moonwind. For which recent Pixar film did Graham Norton voice the character Moonwind? Maybe tricky, sure, maybe tricky. But the next round's quite easy, so it's good to mix it up. Musing wise, what's your Graham musing? Your Graham musing is you are booked on the Graham Norton Show. You get 1 American star, 1 non-American star, and a musical guest to round out the couch. Who do you pick? You are dream casting an episode of the Graham Norton Show that also features you. Now, the musical guest will perform at the end, and will, it'll be one of those situations where the musical guest then comes onto the couch, onto the sofa, for like a short period, 10-15 minutes. But the bulk of the episode will be you, an American star, and a non-American star. Who do you want to be on there? Who do you want to be bantering back and forth with in one of the wonderful, strange situations where you just get people interacting? You think, in what other world would these people be interacting? You get an English comedian. You get a Josh Widdicombe talking to Uma Thurman. You think, gosh, what's going on here? That's what Graham does. That's what Graham does. James Acaster. That's who I was trying to think of James Acaster, but I just couldn't for whatever reason. That's round 4, which means that there's only one round left. And you will know which round it is. Here we go. Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't have enjoyed Anna Karenina, and I loved it, anywhere near as much had Leo Tolstoy not been so knowledgeable about trains. The flippin' nerd. Am I right? Am I right? Artists need to know about the world around them, not just art, okay? And so I present this round about not art. Not art. Nart. Nart. Killer Kilch, Nart. Sarah Kilch, Nart. We're still awake here. I should goddamn hope so. I'm working my buns off here. Nort. Thank you, Nana. That's great. Nort. Adding a bit of stank onto it. But what are we talking about here? What particular area of not artness, facts, are we dealing with? We're dealing about what is tallest. What is tallest? Thank you, TB. Thank you, TB. Not with how many exclamation marks? 3 exclamation marks. TB is ready for it. So what I've done, in a really cool way, actually, I have compiled 5 different categories of thing. Then I've given you 3 examples of each thing. I've compiled them into an image, and then you just have to tell me which one of these things is tallest. Killer Kilch bit shortest. Well, I could have done the which is shortest, but it's just not as impressive. It's just not as impressive. Maybe we'll do another one that is smallest, and it's like impressive that something's been reduced into a microchip of the element of the electron. But for the now, we're doing what's tallest, okay? You're going to get it after the first one. It's very straightforward. But I want a little bit of credit for compiling the images because they are quite impressive. Number 1, structures. Oh, look at that. Look at how well I've done that. It's your show. Yeah, it is my show, okay? And whilst I do appreciate feedback, let's not forget whose name's on the marquee outside, yeah? Structures. So, of course, we have the Eiffel Tower. We have the Space Needle from my home of Seattle. And we have the Statue of Liberty standing proud in New York City. But which of these is tallest? Which is the tallest structure? The Eiffel Tower, the Space Needle, or the Statue of Liberté? So you got a 33% chance of this. You get a 50-50 chance with the first round, 33% chance of this. This is going to be a pretty high-scoring quiz, I imagine. Number 2, dolls. So this, we have, on the left, we have Barbie, probably the most famous of all the dolls. On the right, we have G.I. Joe. And then in the middle, we have Fulla, 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 who is the Middle Eastern Barbie. She was created as a more conservative, a more modest version of Barbie. She adheres to more Muslim values. In the Middle East, slightly more, I suppose, conservative in the way she dresses, in the attitudes that she has. She loves praying. Big fan of praying. But which one of these is taller? Barbie, G.I. Joe, or Fuller? Question number 3. Waterfalls. Right, I need to read these out. So this is, on the left, we have Angel Falls. In the middle, we have Angel Falls from Venezuela, I believe. In the middle, we have Vinnufossen from Norway. And on the right, we have Pu'ukaoku Falls in Hawaii. Which is the tallest waterfall of these 3 waterfalls? Killer Kilch. And she has style. She does. She has a heck of a lot of style. She's lovely. Lovely bold print. She's a big fan of bold print from my my research. Yeah, real stylish lady is Fuller. Sometimes becomes a doctor. I think sometimes becomes a teacher. But she's, she knows where it's at. Does Fuller. Angel Falls, Vinnufossen, or, gosh, what's it called again? Pu'ukaoku Falls in Hawaii. Which is tallest? Which is tallest? This one's interesting. The noses on Mount Rushmore. The noses on Mount Rushmore. So we are discounting the other one. George Washington, tallest nose. George Washington. Does the tallest nose belong to Abraham Lincoln? Or does the tallest nose belong to Teddy Roosevelt? Which of those 3 chaps has the longest / tallest nose? I realised I should have looked up the heights of these other than and not just relied on the actual name of the tallest one. It might not be as satisfying for you. Oh well, live and learn, didn't you? And then the final question. Actors. Tom Cruise, Martin Freeman, or Elijah Wood? Which of these 3 chaps is the tallest? I will say they're all a bit on the lil side. They're none of them skyscrapers. But which one's the tallest? Which one is the tallest of these actors? And there we go. There we go. There's the round over. We need a musing, of course, to round out this quiz. The musing for tall things. What kind of tall musing could Notme have come up with? What kind of tall musing could Notme have come up with? Tell me a 2-sentence tall tale. Yeah, that's right. If we go to the definition of tall tale, you'll see that not the 1995 film directed by Jeremiah S. Chichik. A tall tale is a story with unbelievable elements related as if it were true and factual. So it's a lie, essentially. Some tall tales are exaggerations of actual events. For example, fish stories, the fish that got away, such as that fish was so big, why I tell ya, it nearly sank the boat when I pulled it in. Thank you, Wikipedia. Other tall tales are completely fictional tales set in a familiar setting, such as the European countryside, the American frontier, the Canadian Northwest, the Australian frontier, or the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. So essentially, tell me a fictional tale, some kind of lie, in 2 sentences. That's all you get. You just get 2 sentences, and then you got to tell me that tall tale. Fluctuating between 7 and 9 viewers. Those last 2 just really can't decide. My advice, just stick with it. It's a great show. You're going to have a heck of a good time. And that means, of course, guys, that you did it. You survived. TB Douglas redeemed a 16-second chill dance party. Oh, when do we do that? Do we do that just right now? Do you do this right now? Yeah, let's just do that right now. I need to. Okay. Well, no, let's do it in a minute actually, because I need to find some stuff. But that's a great. Definitely not dude is happy. Definitely not dude is happy about it. Whip it out, that 1500 drops of imaginosphere. Splanow. But well done. That's the end of the questions. You nailed it. Well done. Let's celebrate.
I asked you some questions, but now the question part is done. Now let's hear some answers and find out who has won, which is everybody.
I'm very surprised that it still picks up the, but it does, and I'm pleased with it. So we're gonna sound, please. Yeah, you got the sound. So we've got the music here, desktop. We're gonna want to crank that a little bit. And we're just gonna want to do a little bit of this because we need that 50. Well, actually, we're gonna do before we get to the answers. And before we get to the 16-second chill dance party, as ever, I'm going to give you a fact of the week, okay? The 100 folds in a chef's hat are said to represent 100 ways to cook an egg. Now, I'm pretty good at cooking, okay? If you're asking who patented the spaghetti bolognese with macaroni cheese meal or straight bolognese, it's me. But I can think of maybe 5 ways of cooking an egg, okay? So I think they might be lying there. I suppose my chef's hat would have 5 holds, and I wouldn't be ashamed of it, okay? 100 ways to cook an egg. Who are they trying to kill? Kid. Oh. Are we ready? The desktop sound is on, so that should... Yeah, okay. Are we ready? Let's just do it. That's lovely. That whole deal that we were doing there. That's lovely. Let's get the stuff on, guys. Oh, just do that all the time. 100 variations on an egg seems excessive, or should I say excessive? Nanohobbob. You can always rely on you to just be bringing that wonderful energy. Outstanding stuff. Should we get on with some answers? Let's get on with some answers. I'm curious for some answers. Yay or nay? So, musing-wise, if you were a pirate captain, what would you call yourself? How would you style yourself? What would your ship be called? I want you to get it in the chat, guys. Get it in the chat while we go through these answers. Statement number 1. Fictional pirates speak the way they do because of Robert Newton's portrayal of Long John Silver. That's a yay. Robert Newton's portrayal of Long John Silver, he used his natural Cornish accent. Yar, how you doing? All right then. I just be ploughing my field. Wait, that was kind of Irish, I suppose. No, it's like those little fellas from Lord of the Rings. How are you then? All right. How you doing? I'm on my tractor, but I'm actually a pirate on the 7 seas. That's Robert Newton. We can thank Robert Newton for that. And because people saw that Long John Silver, they just thought, well, that's how pirates speak. Thus grew into a legend. So thank you to Robert Newton for giving Cornish actors something to do. Statement number 2, Donkey Kong Country 2 is pirate themed and follows Donkey Kong's getting revenge on Captain K. Rool. Largely true, but overall nay. It is in fact Diddy Kong. and his girlfriend getting revenge on Captain K. Rool for kidnapping Donkey Kong. So I hope Super Redundo got that one right. Seem to be pretty familiar with Donkey Kong Country 2. Question number 3. 1995's feminist pirate movie Cutthroat Island, when adjusted for inflation, lost $176 million, more than any other film in history. Again, largely true, but nay. Mortal Engines, the film about cities that are on wheels, lost $178 million, so just $2 million more than Cutthroat Island. Can't imagine how. Driving a city around, I mean, that's just fun. That's just fun, isn't it? Statement number 4. Captain Hook from Peter Pan was written as an English version of Captain Ahab from Moby Dick. That is a yay. That is a yay. The Captain Ahab was obviously afraid of the whale. Captain Hook afraid of crocodiles. It's the same kind of thing, and it's something that J.M. Barrie, the author of Peter Pan, freely admitted. Didn't even care. Which means that he was a pirate in his own way, stealing ideas. And question 5, statement 5, Captain Morgan Rum is named for a real pirate. That's a yay. That is a yay. Did I write down who it was? No, I just wrote yay. It's Captain Morgan. It's a real dude. So well done if you got those right. Some of those are pretty tricky. And let's go to these musings. Sarah Kilch, Lady Salty Wiggums. I'm not... I mean, I suppose you'd have to be pretty deadly to get that over in terms of a terrifying name. Wiggums, not necessarily the most fearsome, but absolutely fine. Hair like Marie Antoinette, nice, big, yeah. You'd want size, gravity, like the kind of, the volume of the hair would be important. Clothes like Mad Max, wow. Ship called Doom to Do. We sing a lot. That sounds great. The singing... for me, is the cherry that just brings all the disparate pieces of that together. Just brings everything together. Doom to do. And then maybe there could be some kind of like drumming. Doom to do, doom to do, doom to, and people would hear that and go, oh my God, Lady Wiggums is coming. She is salty AF. Absolutely and fully. Thank you very much, Sarah Kilch. That's lovely. T.B. Douglas, named Captain Sally Scallywag. Lovely. It's not alliteration. I mean, it is alliteration, but what's the one in the middle? Assonance? Is it assonance when it's in the middle of a word? I can't remember. But that sounds lovely. Style, knee-length boots, floor-length, colourful coat, traditional hat with colour-coordinated feather. Colour-coordinated feather. Appreciate that. It's never... Just because we're scavenging, guys, doesn't mean we can't look fabulous. Ship the Cursed Soul. Woo! Cursed Soul. Not messing around, TB. Terrifying. Love it. Super Redundo. Captain Juicy, and my ship is called The Beef. The Beef. Wow. That's really... I mean, that's one to be conjured with, isn't it? People telling tales of Captain Juicy. Something mildly upsetting about that. In a way that just is exactly what you want for this kind of endeavour. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for that. The beef. Riding the beef on the whales. Woo! Nana Hobbob, Captain Cutter. I'd fashion a pizza cutter to my hand in place of a hook. Oh, that's good. So then if you need to run even faster, maybe, I don't know, that might not work. My ship would be called the Deep Dish. It's a gimmicky one. That doesn't make it bad. But it is a gimmicky one. Very, very much fashioned around the pizza. There's part of me is wondering whether you've just eaten pizza, whether you're having pizza for dinner tonight, and that seems to have carried over, which again, there's nothing wrong with it. Fashion a pizza cutter to my hand in place of a hook. And so you'd be able to, like, if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna cut your neck after about 6 or 7 swipes. That's good. I like that. The Deep Dish. It's a deep dish coming. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's good. Nope. In the Caribbean, pineapple on the deep dish, maybe. I don't know. Definitely not Judith. Skeleton Queen. Not even having a proper name, just nickname. Just nickname, the Skeleton Queen. Yeah, but what's your first name? First name Skeleton, second name Queen, okay? Deal with it. It's great. Wear lots of jewelry. The ship will be called the Skull Crusher. Again, the intimidation factor is pretty high there. Pretty high. You don't want to mess around with the Skull Crusher. Or then maybe you'd flip it and people would get captured and they're like, oh, what are you going to do? And you're like, I'm going to cut your legs off. You're not going to crush my skull? No, I'm going to flip reverse it on you. Bang! Expectations subverted. It's up to you. It's up to you. Bam Bam Roll says, pigeon. Ship called Flight, and I'd be super fast and sneaky. That's good. That's good. Like a little pigeony one with like one leg and then one foot that's all kind of gimped up. Just nice and fast and sneaky like a real pigeon. And everyone would be like, oh, God, pigeon is just... Like, it wouldn't even be fear necessarily, but it'd just be like, they'd just be annoyed that you were there. And they would just look to get rid of you. And you say, well, if you give me some gold, I'm going to go off and stand on a statue. I head off somewhere else, bother somebody else. A flock of chattering disease bags. And say, fine, have some gold. Meh. That's good. I like it. Killer Kilch. 6, 2 legs, Killer Kilch, obs, suede pantsuit. The depth. Wowzers. That's pretty. Because then it's like they're plumbing the depths of humanity on this ship. Like, but they're really comfortable in their suede pantsuit as well. That's nice. Where's the beef? Says Nana Hobbob. There we go. I can imagine being yelled by your enemies on the high seas. Yeah. Oh my God, where's the beef in the fog? What are you looking for, Captain? I'm looking for the beef. That works. That's really nice. Definitely not too. Nope, he's eating a burrito. Oh, it's a burrito, but then could have gone with a burrito. Some kind of Hispanic influence. Some kind of real incredible moustache. The kind of moustache that people would be talking about it across the 7 seas. 2 legs Killer Kilch. I like that a lot. Because, people traditionally go with 1 leg. Which also is from, what's his name? Robert Newton? Robert Newton, yeah. His version of Long John Silver had 1 leg and had a parrot on his shoulder. So much of what we believe to be traditional pirate stuff just due to this guy. It's like in the 50s or 60s, I think. Very interesting. You should look into it. I think everybody gets a point for that musing because that was wonderful. Gosh, some terrifying and super redundo, mildly upsetting pirates there. Yeah, really, really good. I wouldn't want to meet any of you. Let's say that. What have we got next? We've got, this is the rando round, but I did it wrong, didn't I? So it doesn't have the thing up there. Bit gassy. Which performer would you love to see star in their very own sitcom? I want you to get it in the chat. That's what I want you to do while we go through these questions and answers. Question 1. A motel? Really? Rich people have it so tough. Thank God it's their town. It's their town, isn't it? What's the town? It's Schitt's Creek. Absolutely. Schitt's Creek. Rich people living in a motel of a town that they own. With the clues that you had for that one. Very, very successful. Everybody loves it at the moment. Musing number 2. Not musing number 2. Haiku number 2. Hike 2. Living in London, but it's filmed by Edgar Wright, so there is more zombies. Spaced is it only had 2 series. And zombies actually only showed up in one of the episodes, but not a lot of other sitcoms feature zombies, so I thought it was good to have Living in London. It's about a young couple living in London. A couple as in 2 people, they're not a couple. That is part of the show, actually. Number 3, A Lonely Island. He's goofy, but also great. Not all cops are bad. It's a cop one. A Lonely Island. Somebody in the musical band, A Lonely Island, which is Andy Samberg. It's, of course, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So well done if you got that one right. Number 4, Sex Consequences. But where should we raise the kid? UK or US? This one could be quite tricky. It's on Amazon Prime, if you're interested in streaming it. Very, very good series. Starring Sharon Horgan and Rob Delaney. Very funny people. It's catastrophe. Can get pretty, it's generally a comedy, but it gets serious as well. And then number 5, Laughs from a Humdrum Life. Both are long, but both are good, but one's longer and one's more awkward. It is, of course, The Office. The UK one, more awkward, but shorter. American one, less awkward, more generally palatable, and a lot longer. Laughs from a Humdrum Life. It's just an office, guys. It's just an office. There we go. So well done if you got those right. Some of them are pretty tricky. English ones especially if you are an American. So well done you if you got those right. Which performer would you love to see star in their very own sitcom? Let's have a look. Killer Kelch, Kate McKinnon. Very funny. I think she'd do very well in it. Obviously she's on the Saturday Night Lives at the moment. But as and when she chooses to step aside from that, as many people have done in the past, I imagine she'd be very, very funny in the sitcom. Very, very funny. That's a great shout. Nana Hobber, Vanessa Bayer, another Saturday Night alum. Vanessa Bayer, big fan of her. Loved her portrayal of a small Jewish boy on Weekend Update. That shows me she's got range. I don't know whether she's Jewish, but she's definitely not a young boy. That's a great shout. You got Sarah Kilch, Lady Gaga, good in the drama, but would like to see her in sitcom. That's interesting, Sarah Kilch. We've all seen it. We were all wowed by her chameleonic performance as a professional singer in A Star Is Born. We were all wowed by that. She blew us all away. Her and Bradley Cooper. But yeah, let's see her in a comedy. Let's see if she's got the chops. Because here's the thing, guys. I talk about comedies a lot. We talked about comedies in this round. There's a mention of them in the Graham Norton round as well. A lot of people will look down their nose on sitcoms, or look down on their nose of comedies. They're not quite as artistic as your dramas. If you're not making me cry, if you're not making me want to kill myself, then it's not real drama. I say that's nonsense. I say that to be in a sitcom, that to make people laugh. I don't do it, sure, but I think the art of making people laugh very, very difficult. So I will stand up for sitcoms, okay? And I think Gaga, yeah, you've proven us that you can do the drama, sure, but what's the other string to your bow? Aside from, of course, the musical performance. Great shout. Like that a lot. Super Redundo. Eminem in a remake of LL Cool J's 90s sitcom In the House. What you've done here, Super Redundo, is you have rocked my world twice. One, by suggesting Eminem in a sitcom. Love it. And two, by telling me that LL Cool J had a sitcom in the 90s called In the House. I want to know everything about that. And absolutely, Eminem being funny. I believe he was quite funny in the Adam Sandler film where he was dying. Funny People. I believe he had a little cameo in that, and he was pretty funny in that, but he was still very much the Eminem character. So that'd be very interesting to see him in a sitcom. Maybe a 3-camera sitcom with a studio audience and a laugh track. I'd like that. You're thinking outside the box, and I respect that. Definitely not due to Harry Styles. Again, he's a great performer. With the music. He's also in Dunkirk, although it was pretty brief. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, he can wear a dress, which is a staple of British humour, a man dressed up in predominantly women's clothing. That's comedy gold. But let's see if he can take it to the next step. I like that you're challenging him with that. T.B. Douglas, Jenny Slate. No, she was in Parks and Rec. She was as Mona Lisa. Only a small role, and she was hilarious. And I would absolutely watch a sitcom fronted by Jenny Slate. That's a great suggestion. Kate McKinnon too. I was talking about Jenny Slate. Super Redundo's on board, so that's 2 people watching. With me, that's 3. Already, the viewing figures are going up. Gail Sarah Kilt, she's done TV on American Horror Story, but I think she can do a comedy. I think she's got it within her as well. That's a great shout. Do you know what, guys? Do you know what? Points all round. Points all round for that. Whatever you wrote down for that musing gets a point because it's all just so great. We've got the look close round musing. Make up a slang term. Tell me what it means. I'm excited about this one. So get it in the chat. Question number 1. What type of person can admit to being wrong? The bravest. I will accept brave. Be kind with yourself. With all of these, sometimes there's a little bit of ambiguity with the look close round, so give yourself a little bit of leeway. If you got basically the gist of it, then give yourself a point. I am very brave though. Question number 2. 3 clips are shown of famous performing dogs. Name any 2 of the film/TV shows that the clips came from. I'm looking for Homeward Bound, Frasier, or Isle of Dogs. Any 2 of them will get you the point. One of them will not get you the point, I'm afraid. Question number 3. Who or what forced Notme to adopt a dog? It was, of course, the canine actor industrial complex. Very, very powerful. The dog from Frasier, Eddie, lives in such unimaginable luxury simply by virtue of the canine actor industrial complex. What possible religion does Notme suggest for the dog in the video? It is, of course, Amish, Amir, Amish, Aman. Really clever stuff. And question number 5. 3 movie posters are shown. What film is the middle one for? It was 3 men and a baby, 3 men and a little lady. Right in the middle of that, Willow. It's Willow, absolutely. So well done if you got those ones right. Some of those are quite tricky. Make up a slang term. Tell me what it means. What have we got? Girl Sarah Kilch, windlow. Windlow. Long-winded, boring story can also be used for wind it up. Or is it windlow? Windlow or windlow? Either way, I'm liking it. A long-winded, boring story. It was a bit of a windlow. Bit of a windlow. I kind of phased out during the middle of it because it was a bit of a windlow. I like it. If I can use it in a sentence, it works. TB Douglas, when you're feeling not quite awake, you're feeling slurby. Slurby. Ugh, it's kind of onomatopoeic almost, isn't it? It's just woken up. Sorry guys, it's just woken up. I'm just a little bit slurby at the moment. Just give me some orange juice. Give me some orange juice and a bowl of Frosties. That's great. Slurby. Yeah, get on board with that. Killer Kilch, power to the sink. Take it to the street. I need alcohol. There's 3 statements there, all of which could be slang. I don't know which one's the slang, which one's the explanation. I would like alcohol. Let's say that. Don't need it, because then you do have an issue. Power to the sink, take it to the street. So it's take it to the street, the explanation, power to the sink. I'm going to power it to the sink. I mean, you've got something there. I would take it through a couple of market research groups, just see what people say, see what people's feedback in, and take it on board. But that's great. Definitely not duda. Blubby, meaning full. Again, it's onomatopoeic, isn't it? You can see the word. Oh God, I'm feeling blubby. I'm feeling blubby. Too much cheese. Too much cheese on that one. Feeling very, very blubby. Blubby, it's full, but it's really happy about it as well, isn't it? It's really happy about it. Oh my God, I felt so blubby. I went to IHOP and I left feeling as blubby as I have all year. That's great. Nana Hobop, sloffy. Messy but delicious in the way of a saucy burrito or lasagna. Now you're bringing the real life into it. You're eating the burrito, you're looking at the burrito, you're thinking it's sloppy, it's delicious, it's sloffy. It's sloffy. I mean, it's kind of this sloppy kind of mess. It's all over my hand. I had to lick my hands afterwards. Yeah, sloppy. That's good. Bam Bam Roll. I'm about to excel at something. Caca! I'm about to excel at something. So you need to preempt the excelling at something. That's bold. So if somebody hears somebody in another room go, caca! Like, oh, they're about to do something amazing. If they're on a date, then that gives that, a lot of different context on that one. Caca! I mean, like anything like that where you kind of shout it out and sing it out. That's great. Super Redondo, blomp. falling into the couch and not moving. Yo, you want to come to party tonight? Nah, man. Gonna blomp. I'm gonna blomp. It works. It works. Just gonna blomp it out, man. I'm blumping tonight. Nah, blumping tonight. Nah. Just gonna put something on the tube. Just gonna blomp out. That's great. I'm just gonna blomp. Blomp. It works. Yeah. TB Douglas, big fan of that. Big fan of that already. Just gonna blomp. Just gonna blomp. I was really slurby this morning, so I'm just gonna. And I had a big sloffy meal, so I'm feeling kind of blubby. So I'm just gonna blomp. In any other context, it's madness. But here, it's great. And I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out with Gary because he's just gonna give me some kind of windlow, some kind of windlow nonsense. So I'm going to power it to the sink. Guys, we've done it. We're creating language. We're creating language. And that's just a very, very powerful thing. Are you good at blomping? Are you good at having a blomp? I'm about to blomp. Great stuff. Next round. What have we, points all round. Obviously points all round. If I could give you more than 1 point, I would. But again, that would delegitimize the quiz. Great work, though. That was one of my favorite rounds in a while. The music for this, you're booked on the Graham Norton Show. You get one American star, one non-American star, and a musical guest to round out the couch. Who do you pick? Get it in there. Get it in the chat, please. Get it in the chat. While we go through the questions. Question number 1. Which UK channel produces the Graham Norton Show? It is, of course, the British Broadcasting Corporation. I will accept that, but I will also accept the abbreviation of the BBC. I also accept BBC One, BBC Two, or BBC America, just in case my wording was unclear. Be kind to yourself, guys. Question number 2. On the Graham Norton Show, audience members are allowed to tell anecdotes from a movable chair of what colour? It is, of course, the red chair. They pull the lever, the person goes back if somebody's telling a bit of a windlow. You know, it's a little bit of a windlow, so you want to pull that lever. Red was the answer to that one. Question number 3. For which international singing competition does Graham Norton provide the English language commentary? It was, of course, the Eurovision Song Contest. Eurovision Song Contest. It's great. It's lots of fun. Everybody gets involved. It's culturally sensitive. Finding out, what's going on in Greece at the moment? Oh, it's this kind of thing. That's why they are the way they are. On which UK sitcom did Graham Norton have a notable 3-episode guest star run as a father, Noel Furlong? This might get the award for the toughest question in the quiz. This might do. I don't know. Depends how many people got it right, I suppose. But it was, of course, Father Ted, the wonderful sitcom. Irish, as is Graham Norton, about Father Ted Creeley, living on Craggy Island, having a lot of fun with his friends. It's an unconventional family, but it's a family. Very well done if you got that one right. For which recent Pixar film did Graham Norton voice the character of Moonwind? Recent Pixar film, there's really only one. It is, of course, Soul. Came out over Christmas. So well done if you got that one right as well. Let's get some dream couches, shall we? Let's get some dream Graham Norton Show couches. We're starting... Nana Hobob, of course. We are speaking in the language of 2022. We're living in the future, guys. We're living in the future. And it just feels great. Killer Kilch goes with Olivia Colman, Oscar-winning Olivia Colman. Sarah Paulson from Ocean's 8 and I believe some of the American Horror Story films. That's a great shout. And Cher. I mean, because that's good because Olivia Colman is an Oscar winner and is absolutely amazing, but is English and I think she's a fan of Graham Norton, so it wouldn't necessarily be a big coup. There's generally a kind of a headliner, isn't there? Sarah Paulson, again, a big star, but not like stratosphere big. And then, but then Cher, that's your cherry on the cake. That's great. Definitely goes with Keanu Reeves, Trevor Noah, and Lizzo. That's wonderful. That's one. Very disparate energy levels. So it's keeping everybody on their toes. Maybe it brings Keanu Reeves out a little bit. Maybe it dampens Lizzo down a little bit. A lot of question marks with that one. But I think that's great. Yugasara Kilch goes with Kate McKinnon, again, showing up for the second time this week. Kate Winslet and JT. You could do the robot with JT. That's great. I like that a lot. I mean, that's superstars all the way around, really, isn't it? McKinnon. I mean, maybe not McKinnon so much. She's not necessarily in that A-list yet. But Winslet and Timberlake, that's a real compelling 1-2 combo. Winslet up for anything. A lot of fun. McKinnon, obviously, out of her mind. Timberlake, he's got that confidence that, you know, good-looking people have. Yeah, I think they'd have a lot of fun. TB Douglas, Amy Poehler, Emma Thompson, and Adele. Very female led. That's absolutely great. Amy Poehler, wonderful. Emma Thompson, absolutely fantastic. And Adele, very skinny. I'd be interested in speaking to her at the moment. What did you have to do? What did you have to do? Because you've really... Maybe it was some kind of slimpressionism. That's great, though. Bam Bam Roll used to be Channel 4. Well, here's the thing. So Graham Norton was on Channel 4, and the other Graham... I'm going to have to look it up now, aren't I? But the Graham Norton show it has only ever been on BBC. I hate to pick you up on that, but it has only ever been on BBC. What was it called? What was it called? Channel 4. It was The Graham Norton and So Graham Norton. Those are the Channel 4 ones. The Graham Norton show only on BBC, so I am technically correct. Nana Hobbob, Jack Black, Ian McKellen, and St. Vincent. Again, Ian McKellen, he's a venerated actor, but again, with that, just got that mischievous look in his eyes. Jack Black, obviously crazy. St. Vincent, kind of straight-laced. But maybe this would allow us to see a different side of her. Maybe this would bring her out of her shell. You're using your lineup there, Nana Hobbob, in a productive way to get something different out of your guest, in the same way as Definitely Not Judah did. Yeah. Gosh, yeah, that's great. That's great. Super redundant. Maria Bamford, Simon Pegg, and Queens of the Stone Age. The only person to go with a band. That's interesting. So it's going to be one of those packed couches, which I like a lot. Maria Bamford and Simon Pegg. I think there's a lot of fun going on there. I think Queens of the Stone Age would be the ones that we might, you know, they've got a couple of drinks in them, and they're having a heck of a time. Because Maria Bamford, just her kind of energy, they're like, okay, we can do this. And Simon Pegg, he'll just go for anything. He'll just go along with anything. Wonderful. I'm talking about these too much. They're too good, though. That's wonderful. Points all round. Yeah, points all round. I would like to see, I'll go on record as saying this, I would like to see every single one of those episodes. Every single one of those episodes. Amy Poehler, Emma Thompson, and Adele. I mean, it's just knockout. All the way through. Knockout all the way through. Nart. Musing, of course, was Tell Me a 2-sentence tall tale. I'm excited about this one, guys. I'm excited. Bam Bam Roll, I think the Graham Norton show counts. If you want to give yourself a point, I'm not going to stand in your way. I legally can't. Bam Bam Roll. If you want to give yourself a point for that, you give yourself a point for that, yeah? This is all about taking responsibility for yourself. If you think you got it right, you got it right. Well done. Tell me a 2-sentence tall tale and get it in the chat, please. Get it in the chat. Question 1. Structures. Which is the tallest structure of these structures? It is the Eiffel Tower. That is the tallest by quite a fair way, actually. If you've ever been up to the top of the Eiffel Tower, which I have, you'll know. Ooh, baby. That is tall. That is right up there. Right up there. So well done if you got that one right. Question number 2. Dolls. Which is the tallest doll? Barbie and Fuller, I will say, are both the same height, about 11.5 inches. But with that extra half an inch, it's G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe. He's got the nod. He is the tallest of them, which makes sense because he is a chap. And chaps do tend to be taller than ladies. Waterfalls. Is it Angel Falls, Vinufossen, or Paukaoku Falls? It's not G.I. Joe. It's Angel Falls. That is the tallest one. So well done if you got that one right. I believe that is possibly the tallest one in the entire world. Angel Falls is the tallest of those three. Mount Rushmore noses. Who's got the longest nose? I mean, you can kind of see it from there. It's you know, he's a wonderful chap, but he's not blessed in the schnoz category. It is George Washington. Bit of a right down there. I mean, it's only like a foot longer than the others, but all the other ones are pretty much the same, and then his is just a little bit longer, which says to me that the sculptor was trying to make a statement. And then number 5, actors. Elijah Wood, I think, is about 5'3". Martin Freeman, I didn't realise he was as short as this, but he's about 5'4". He's a very, very wee man, which means that Tom Cruise, for the first time ever, is the tallest somebody in a collection. He's 5'6", 5'7", I think. But obviously he's an action hero. He's an action hero, so that makes him seem smaller. So well done if you got that one right. Musings. Tell me a two-sentence tall tale. Oh, I can see some lovely stuff to the in the chat. A flock of geese got stuck on a Michigan lake when it froze over. People say the lake now lives in Georgia. Includes plagiarism. It's a tall tale. You can plagiarize as much as you want. A flock of geese got stuck on a Michigan lake when it froze over. I mean, it's tragic, but if the lake now lives in Georgia, then that means that the geese survived, and I respect that. That's nice. That's nice. Nana Hobbob, 2020 was a very average year. There was no hardship of any kind felt on a global scale. It's satire. It's satire from Nana Hobbob, and I feel it. I feel it, and I love it. That's great. Because, of course, 2020 was a great year. For live-tainment, that is. D.B. Douglas, Queen Victoria was a witch and she killed King Albert in a fit of rage when he tried to advise her on foreign policy. Her lifelong mourning was an elaborate cover-up, an attempt to deter suspicion. Wow. T.B. Queen Victoria was a witch. I mean, I kind of believe it. She's got that bearing, hasn't she? She's got the bearing of a warlock of some kind. Killed King Albert in a fit of rage when he tried to advise her on foreign policy. Get out of here. Dead. That's great. Batman Roll. Batman Roll is cacawing the kids to bed now. So this is Bolander now. Oh, hi, Bolander. How you doing, babe? Feel free to tell me a tall tale if you wish. Definitely not due to when I was a kid. My older brother pushed me into the creek behind our house. I've had psychic abilities ever since. Again, I kind of believe it. Sarah Kilch throwing some skeleton faces into there. I kind of believe it with you, definitely. I kind of believe it. I mean, you do very well on these quizzes. Do you do about as well as somebody who has psychic abilities? Maybe. Maybe it's that kind of noise in your head from the psychic things that makes you so punk rock. Maybe. Great suggestions, guys. Great tall tales. You're all a bunch of liars, and that's exactly what I asked of you, so thank you. That's great. You miss your girl, Sarah Kilch. Oh, what did she say? Oh, here we go. Okay, that's good. Thank you, TB. Thank you. I caught a glimpse of Bigfoot when I was driving past the nudist beach. He wasn't as hairy as I thought. So he's actually just been wearing some kind of hairy jumper and +4s all this time. And we think, oh, he's a hairy dude. No. He just favors wool. He favors a chunky knit sweater. That's great. Killer Kilch. Yes. All right. Settle down. Come on, guys. I'm only human, okay? Well done, Sarah Kilch. I better say that. Otherwise, everyone's going to cut my head off. I agree with Killer Kilch, though. You're all geniuses. Points all round. Which means that you have as many points as you're going to have. Oh, Batman Roll. Came in late, but we got it. Back when I was young and I went swimming in the Thames, I found a leather necklace with buckle bones. God, what the hell are buckle bones? I'm on board with it, though. I mean, the most unrealistic thing is that you went swimming in the Thames. I mean, it's a disgusting cesspool of filth and nastiness. So, I mean, maybe you would have got the same psychic abilities as definitely not do it because it is friggin' grim in there. Points all round, guys. Points all round, which means you have all the points that you're going to get for this quiz. While you tot up your scores and get them in the chat, I want to remind you that in this quiz, aside from the yay or nay subject choice, you're only competing against yourself. There is no point threshold to being smart. If you have got all the questions right that you could have realistically been expected to get, you are smart. And I say well done to you. If you're watching this on YouTube, after the fact, in the dim and distant future, make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below, because I would love to hear how you did. And also click the thumbs up, okay? It doesn't cost you anything, but it really means a lot to me. It will make my day. Gosh, how are we getting on, guys? How are we getting on? Oh, Bam Bam Roll finished up. I then felt the ghostly owner's hands try to pull me under. Oh, finishing with a ghost story there, Bam Bam Roll. Oh, Bowlander 333. Gosh, that's a judder up the spine, isn't it? Leather necklace. I felt the owner's hands pull me under. Woohoo! Woohoo! It's scary. It's scary. It was good enough at the first. But then you added it. You took it up a notch, and I respect that. What have we got? Nana Hobbob goes to the 20. Well done, you. Definitely not Duda. Also 20. Well done, you. Girl Sarah Kilch goes to the 20. A lot of 20s here. Be interesting if you all got the same questions right and wrong. Killer Kilch with a 23. And TB Douglas with a 22, which means, unless anyone else wants to chime in, that Thames has some life in it. Some life and some death, Killer Kilch. Some life and some death. Bam Bam Roll 4 plus 20. As in you got 24? I mean, if you got 24, then say you got 24. I don't need this maths, okay? I'm quizzing you guys. You don't need to quiz me. Killer Kilch needs to watch Spaced again. Absolutely. It's a wonderful thing. And you can see that kind of that eye that Edgar Wright has. He's a cinematic guy, you know, even on a very small television budget. Bam Bam Roll, I'm afraid I'm really gonna press you on whether you got 24 here, because this is all hanging in the balance here. It's all hanging in the balance. I would say normally we do the prompt video for the prompt video for this weekend, but I haven't done one, so I'm just going to tell you it's a Acolyte Poetry Corner week, and I'm switching the as I said in the most week's show, I'm switching the theme, so it's going to be about goodbyes. So if you write me a poem about goodbyes, email it to me at where is it if you email that poem to me at iamsmart@gmail.com, then we'll get that on the show. We'll talk about them. We'll discuss them. We'll talk about goodbyes. You know, it's going to be quite key for this episode for reasons that I won't reveal yet. Bam Bam Roll, you're taking too long, so we're going to say that Killer Kilch is the winner. Well done, Killer Kilch. Don't know why Bam Bam Roll got before me, so I'll concede. Good. Okay, Killer Kilch, you are the winner. You are the high point scorer. Well done, you. Well done, Killer Kilch. Which means that you need to come up with a theme for the next, whenever that may be, for the next Yay or Nay round. Exactly. Well done, well done. All of this is very well deserved. Whatever you want the next Yay or Nay round to be about, it will be about that. That's the power that you have as the high scorer. I hope everybody else... we stuck with 07. That's good. I hope everybody else enjoyed the quiz. I hope everybody learned a little something. I hope everybody felt creative, nice and creative at the same time. Kapow, kapow, kapow. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Well played. That's from Nana Hobbob. These are from TB Douglas. This is lovely. This is a lovely way to finish a quiz. I'm going to be honest with you guys. By the time we get to the next quiz, there might be some changes. Okay? We kind of want to mix things up, you know, keep things fresh. So this may be the last time you see this kind of general vibe, and it might be just entirely different next time. I don't know. It's going to be over a month away. I haven't really thought about it. Killer Kilch, fun facts about the USA. USA is a great theme for a quiz, so we're going to do that. It's going to be great. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. I really do appreciate you watching and sticking with for almost 2 hours now. Good gracious. 2 hours of gold. Nay, says Sarah Koch. Doesn't like the USA thing. You should have got higher in the scores then, shouldn't you? Then you could have picked it yourself. Killer Kilch, picture round. I mean, yeah, there might be a picture. Yeah, we could maybe do a picture round. Is this in the USA? Yay or nay? There's always different options. I am not me. I am Art, and I hope that you will join me next time. It'll be in the same time, in the same place, but it will be in several weeks, possibly in February. Might even be in March at this stage. Gosh. We're going to learn about America. Look at this guy. He's a referee. Killer Kilch, thank you. This has been awesome. TB Douglas, thank you. Not me and Smarties. I am smart. Everybody's smart. It's wonderful. I hope you'll have another opportunity next time. Definitely not dude who's going to miss this until then. Well, without wishing to have a schadenfreude pleasuring from your pain, that's good, because that means I'm doing something great. I'm doing something great. That's good. Thanks. Miss you. Gosh. Guys. Oh, making me feel great. You get another opportunity next episode to say, I am smart. Thank you, and a good night.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.